Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we're discussing the new for 2018 Vacheron Constantin FiftySix complete calendar, 40mm in stainless steel with a case or at least a bezel inspired by the mid-century reference 6073. It's a handsome, desirable, and rich complete calendar watch in the material we all really want, stainless. Now, the timepiece on my 16cm circumference wrist wears easily. I'm not sure if it's a cushion case or a round case, but it's an easy one to wear. You can see the shape of the lugs helps, as it's basically a cambered case shape, like a tonneau in profile. It wraps around the wrist rather than flaring out at the edges, and you can see that to good effect. 40mm in diameter, it's relatively slim, 11.9mm, and I say slim because, remember, this is a triple calendar moonphase and automatic winding. The spacing between the lugs of this watch, 20mm, ensuring you will have a world of aftermarket and OEM options, as 20mm is the universal size. Now, the timepiece is easy to wear on my 16cm circumference wrist, and I can recommend it for a wrist as small as 14cm, even 13.5cm circumference. So now you know the lower limit. Let's open up the deployant clasp and take a look at some of the accessories before we step back the case, the dial, and the movement. Now, you can see the strap is a rich piece, bolstered, nicely stuffed down its center to give it some volume. Large rectangular scale alligator leather with a gloss finish. I'd say semi-gloss. It's not totally mirrored. It features a monotone stitch, a folded edge. On the underside, you can see it is a calfskin strap, and it is a new Vacheron factory strap, so it hasn't really been tested. You'll be the first to gouge it. You can see it's nicely executed, as it features blasted and polished interior components, double finished with that Maltese cross-style motif, and it's a double folding clasp, so it's friendlier to a small wrist than a single fold, which can sometimes pinch wrists. There's a trigger system, so you have to positively disengage this clasp to open it. You can see one more Maltese cross motif outboard. Now, the case itself is said to be inspired by the vintage reference 6073. That's not so much true of the case as it is the outcropping of the bezel. You can see these 4 points around the case. That's the only real vintage inspiration of the case. There's a little bit more on the dial side. You can see that the case, all in steel, is of high polish with an unexpected but delightful sort of teardrop underslung profile at the edge. You can see there's a little bit of a shear guard, not quite a crown guard, but there's a bit of a recess for the crown, which features yet another Maltese cross and plenty of pushers to adjust the calendar indications. You can see that the case features a domed or conical bezel, and there's a little bit of a hidden bevel on the flank of the lugs, as there's a transitional surface between the hoods and the shear profile of the side. Now, the dial. The dial is probably the most interesting external component, or at least external facing component of the watch. Getting close, you can see that there are a few different types of finish. Outboard, there's an anthracite 31-day calendar. There's a blue pointer style date. You can see that there are a couple of different finishes, opaline and sunburst inboard for the hour track and the center dial. There are applique indices as well as Arabic numerals, and you can see the dial is actually robustly loomed. There's a piano key style track inboard against which you can read the minutes and the seconds, and then there are apertures for the crescent style moon phase, the day, and the month. It's a gorgeous vintage evocative look, as during the 40s and 50s Vacheron made the complete calendar a signature of the mark, and that is the era that this watch references. Now, there are a lot of misconceptions about this family. They're not Geneva Hallmark, they're not manufacturer movements, blah blah blah. That's not true. Only one of the movements is not Geneva Hallmark and not manufacturer. This is not that movement. This is the Vacheron Constantin 2460 QCL/1, adjusted in 5 positions like a chronometer. Geneva Hallmark belays an automatic winding with a 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate. It features highly efficient unidirectional winding with unlubricated sealed for life ceramic rotor bearings. It features stop seconds, so you do have that additional refinement. It is a movement beautifully executed in every respect, starting with the hand engraved, skeletonized, and finished winding rotor in red gold. It's absolutely sensational, on top of bridges bearing immaculately laid and perfectly aligned Côte de Genève, all screws with black polished heads and chamfered slots. You can see there's a mirrored anglage on the edge of every bridge, as well as in every jewel and screw countersink. This is the complete package. It's everything you imagine a Vacheron manufacturer movement being. It's gorgeous, it's precise, it bears the Geneva Hallmark, it's created in-house, it is a feast for the eyes, and thanks to the abundant evacuation of the rotor, you can really see most of the movement all at once without the obstruction that usually follows automatic winding. 30 meters water resistance, so you're not going to take this one swimming. Nevertheless, this could easily be your everyday watch. Vacheron did a lot right with the 56 collection. Wearable sizes. Stainless steel right from the go instead of forcing us to buy gold or platinum and then wait a few years for the stainless steel. Handsome case designs, dials, and of course beautifully executed movements, whether you get the manufacturer movements or the adopted Val-Fleurier caliber. None of that here. This one is all Vacheron. See it and make it yours on the watch box. Vacheron Constantin 56 by night.